So hey guys, Huzzy here, bringing you another video. This time on Elise Jungle. Now this is number 2 of a commentary that I've done before on the same champion, and I'm going to start doing these basically because if it's a good game, you'll always learn something from it. And I'm not going to do too many. You won't see 10 Elise Jungle games, but yeah, there may be one of like 2 to 3 maybe of the same champion if it is a good game. Now I chose this game basically because myself. Play very good Elise again. Elise is probably my strongest jungler. When I do get to play her, obviously she is banned majority of the time when you're in diamond level, and even I think silver up, she's banned a lot. If she isn't banned in your kind of range of ELO, then I really pick her up. She is a fantastic top laner, or even a fantastic jungler, as I prefer to play in jungle myself. Now this solo queue game, from memory, this was about 5 days ago. It was interesting, to say the least, in the fact that myself and Galzuk, as Galzuk being support, he does very well and I do very well, but then we don't generally have the mix of the team from memory to kind of push that along. I remember this Vladimir doing quite a few mistakes and not really working as a team, which did prolong this game somewhat, but I think we do overall quite well. So yeah, starting in obviously the blue buff as Elise. I generally, whatever side I am, I start on the bottom buff, then move to the top buff, and then actually go and gank at the top lane. That's generally the most basic thing you do, and Elise is very strong at level 3. She's one of the strongest. So yeah, you can basically brawl anybody that comes your way in a kind of situation that generally does happen. So just waiting for the blue buff. Going to try, I think, tank the blue buff with my spiders. Just position them in the way that they probably just take majority of the damage. Sometimes it is a bit awkward with the spiders, honestly, to actually get them lined up because they die really quickly now because they have been nerfed. But yeah, if they tank a shot or two, that's okay with me. Like there, you just saw the blue buff turn its attention to the spider for a little bit. So I did take E level 1 because there was a little engage and we did manage to get both the Jarvan's flash and the Janna's flash, which was overall pretty good. Now this isn't great down bot lane, but I think there may be a first blood or something on the way. Pretty good play overall. Gals comes back in to helps his Ezreal pick that up. So well played to bot lane. Pretty good stuff. Obviously, I think they might have been waiting in a bush, the Janna and Tristana, trying to get that cheeky first blood. But yeah, it flipped on their head and they got, first blooded themselves. And even better that it was actually the Trist that died, because now she's denied CS and XP compared to the Ezreal. Now, what does it, I've done this video on Jungle Elise before, and I'm trying to remember what I kind of told you about it before, and I don't really want to mimic what I did last time. So this video may be a bit more basic in the way that maybe I'll focus less on Elise itself and go on more, what's happening in the game in general. Now, right now I am ganking the top lane, and we do manage to pick up the Jarvan. I leave the kill for Vladimir on purpose because, I've been playing Vladimir quite a lot recently, and I know if he gets a double buff early with an advantage of CS or even a kill, etc., you're in a really, really good state. Now, I have really no idea how a Lux dies to an Ahri at level 3 or 4. Ahri's kill potential comes at level 6, and I have no idea how that happened. Maybe there was a tower dive. I didn't really pay attention. So yeah, that isn't great from the Lux, and yeah, let's just hope that she doesn't do any of those again. So I'm going to base getting that assist on the top lane kill. Managed to pick up my early Spirit Stone, which is great. There's different options I could have gone right there. I could have picked up the basic components of the item, or maybe just one of them, and got boots, and that would have given me a bit more ganking potential. But I prefer to get the Spirit Stone early just for that little bit of sustain. It's just a general thing I kind of do all the time, and yeah, something I just enjoy, I suppose. Sometimes in League of Legends you'll find that there aren't amazingly pure explanations. Sometimes you just kind of have a feel for it, and sometimes that feeling just works. Now there is a kill potential again going on bot lane. Ezreal goes really in deep, which is a really big mistake on his part, but luckily Janna gets the kill. Now I am coming, and I am telling gals on then delay them as much as you can. So I am moving in, use my E to try and get her, land my repel, and I'm basically just going to try and get the kill. There's the auto attack for the the next kill. I think Janna may just go suicide, so I'm just going to focus my attention to the Jarvan. I may as well try and kill him, So I've got my red buff ticking on him, and then I think I managed to finish him off. Now this is a pretty damn good kill if I do manage to pick it. I couldn't get into the range of Jarvan, so I went to a minion, and yeah, managed to pick up that kill. That is a very big kill to actually get. So yeah, pretty good play by myself there, managing, you know, kind of realizing that I wasn't going to finish the Janna in time, and Jarvan would have got away. So yeah, just flipped my attention. Now, as you can see in chat, very good on the Ezreal. He actually realizes that that was his mistake. And yeah, that is something you really like to see. And I don't know if you see this in audio lows, but as I said, the good comes with the bad, especially in Diamond. You do get very big trolls, etc. But you do get really nice people as well. So the good does come with the bad. Now quickly, I do want to go over one point that was made in the Caitlyn video. I think it was. It might have been the Caitlyn video. It was the one that had a Nunu jungle that he missed his smite. Now quickly, I will just pause it for a second. We're trying to kill the Ahri, and I think we do manage to get her. She probably would have died anyway, but Lux wants the flash to kill. So another successful gank by myself. But going back onto the point of the Nunu jungle, some people said in comments on Reddit and stuff that what I said to him was a bit harsh. But what you have to kind of imagine, you know, some people do get frustrated. At the time I was in promotion series, and I don't want to basically say that does give you a free ride for flaming somebody. No, it isn't. I 100% agree with you, and yes, I probably went over a little bit of the line, you know, but in the end of the day, you have to realize in Diamond level, basic mistakes like that should never happen. And when I mean never, they should never happen. If they do, then yeah, you're in for a bit of a dig. And honestly, if I did that, I'd expect one. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to protect myself. If I do something bad, I don't mind if I literally did it bad, then I'll be fine with it, because hey, in the end of the day, I'm making their game harder, and that's okay with me. If someone just wants to release a little bit of frustration, you know, I didn't go too much in, you know, detail. The Nunu had a little bit of a dig at me later on in the game for, you know, panicking in a way. So it happens, and you just have to take that and, you know, don't let it affect you. And in a game, people say that it occasionally can make you go on tilt. I've never gone on tilt from someone saying something to me in the comments or in a chat box or anything, and I don't think people do. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say on the subject. And, you know, me using these VODs, you know, does put me up for fire, I suppose, if I say something in the chat that people don't like. But, you know, as I say, the good comes with the bad, and it's just the way that I kind of deal with things sometimes. And I think overall I'm a pretty good player when it comes to chat. Now I am going in for a gank here, and we're trying to get a kill, seeing if we can do anything. I don't have red buff at the moment, so I just do a little bit of damage onto the Janna, and basically that's all I can do for now. I passed the blue buff onto the Lux, because obviously a Lux with blue buff is basically in heaven, able to, you know, spam her abilities, use her ultimate basically to wave clear, as with a level 1 ultimate with blue buff, it will be on about a minute cooldown, maybe 50 seconds to a minute, and that's a really low cooldown for a Lux ult already at that time. Now if you look at her build, she has gone Kage's into a Null Mantle, so that is looking to build towards a Twin Shadows. Bit of a questionable first item pickup, honestly, I would add. But yeah, people have different builds, I suppose, and if it works for you, then it works. I can see how it kind of would work. You slow them, then you get an easy Q off. But I personally would never do it because I'm quite confident in landing my skill shots. But if you're not, that is actually a pretty good build to go. Now I am going to go for a top lane gank, seeing if we can do anything. There is the engage right now, so going to try and do the best I can. Again, going to probably try and give Vladimir the kill, but I don't think I am able to. Jarvan actually does move in from the side, so I think I'm going to try and chase him if at all possible. And he does move in from, but he flashes out. He EQs over. I do flash, try to land my combo, but I don't think I managed to get him this time, or I might, I'm not entirely sure. I have used my flash at this point, so I E onto him, but he flashes away. So overall, a flash for a flasher is not terrible, I suppose, but you know, maybe I should have conserved that flash, because I don't really think I would have ever got that Jarvan in hindsight. And that's one thing I have to say about these videos as well. What you're seeing right now is obviously live play. And in live play, you make rash decisions. That's the whole thing of being in live and just playing a video game. Sometimes you make a really good rash decision, and sometimes it's not great. These videos are perfect for looking at the hindsight. Now, I am going in for a gank onto the Ahri. Use my Q, and I managed to pick up the Q myself, so I actually get a blue buff right now, which I'm pretty happy about, being an Elise. Obviously using mana for quite, most of my abilities. Now, there is a gank going on bot lane. I'm going to try and move down there as quick as possible. Zyra does pick up actually 2 kills right now, and a bit of just kiting going on, and they kill each other. So I think that was a 2-for-3 trade in favour of our team, so very well played to our bot lane, picking up all 3 of them, and that basically opens Dragon for us. So yeah, overall pretty good. The Jarvan's dead. We don't have a smite war going on right now. Just basically going to use a bit of my spiders, but overall I like keeping my spiders alive to do more damage, as right now I am tanky enough just to tank up the dragon. I kind of just do a lazy smite that I don't even look at the number, and that's pretty much it. I knew I was going to get that and it wasn't going to get stolen away. Now, as I said, I have been playing Vlad quite a little bit more, as mentioned in the Vlad commentary, and I have been tempted to try and do a Vlad guide, because right now I have got enough footage to do that, whereas the Gragas one I don't. So that's kind of the reason why the Gragas one's been delayed, and that's kind of why I have been tempted to do a Vlad one, because I have literally, I think, around 4 game footage of Vlad, so I have quite a lot of footage that I could include in the guide from different perspectives, so that is tempting to do, but no promises being made about that because I have other things on my plate right now. But yeah, this Vladimir does not play the matchup very well. I don't know why. Maybe he isn't used to Vlad, or yeah, but even later on in the game, it wouldn't matter what champion he's on, he does very derpy things, and you'll see them. Basically, I don't know if I remember, but I think he basically has near no communication with us, and we ask him to group, he doesn't group, and you get people like this, and you've got to treat them that they're like a little toddler, and you've basically got to let them do a little bit what they want, but in the overall picture, basically make it your way. So if they're only going to stay top, your team goes top with them, and that's basically the only way you can get around it. Now, I am looking for a lane gank right now. I have no idea if I've been spotted by wards, and then we have no idea where Jarvan is right now. As you can see, Vlad hasn't said anything in chat. If it was me right now, I would be saying something like, Jarvan went to blue, or not Jarvan, Jace went to blue, he should be back, something like that. Just a little bit of communication would be good. So he is staying quite a lot back, so I am kind of thinking he probably has vision. His Q goes out, and right now I have no idea if that actually gave vision. Because I know it gives vision when it hits, but I don't think it gives vision when it travels. So I potentially could have stayed in that lane type of situation to try and get a kill, but I didn't want to take the risk. Java might be coming up, and that wouldn't have been well, saying that, I am actually really strong right now without actually realizing myself. I'm 402, and this is the problem I face when I play Elise jungle. Sure, I get normally a lot of kills and a lot of assists, but my CS does slack a little bit. Now, it's okay, I suppose, if you're doing well in kills, because that's how you kind of make up the gold. Now, right now, I have picked up blue myself, which was okay, I suppose. There isn't really a reason why I picked it up. Gals just came over, and without even saying anything, he basically just spidered it up, or vined it up, rather, with plants, and it went down so quick that, I just took it myself. So I am looking if their red buff is up, but then I find a Jarvan and a Trist. So I am going to try and, delay this. Now, I was trying to go to that minion over there, but yeah, then my bot lane turns up, and we're basically just going to wreck face. So get the Q onto the Jarvan. Gals is on a killing spree. I'm relatively low health myself, but I think I'm okay to fight for a few more hits. So we're going to do the best I can, going in for a relatively good invade, and then I'm going to start going on the red. I want this red buff because it will deny it quite a bit. I am looking to try and kill the Janna also. Vlad actually kills the Jarvan top. Now, that was a completely fail E. That was my fault. Normally, I don't miss them, but an okay juke, I suppose, by the Janna, just going the complete opposite way. But Deluxe does manage to snipe the Janna. Now, I want this red buff before I go on people's faces, because red buff on Elise is actually really, really strong. People really do underestimate it. And I think I would guess that after this, I would actually go straight to my red, or relatively to that direction. Now, the reason why I'm doing actually quite a lot of damage right now is, yes, I am actually ahead of levels by quite a bit. I am looking to go on the Ari, but she just flashes away. Now, she is 2 levels ahead of me, but she realizes that I'm actually very strong. I've only got an ancient golem, but I have bought early sorcerer boot. So in effect, that gives me magic pen that I can basically go people through magic resist and do near true damage at this stage in the game. So actually pretty good damage right now coming out without building any AP. Now, you know, Elise can do many different things in builds. She can go pure tank, she can go squishy damage, and as you can see in chat right now, what I mean by the good and the bad, sometimes you get people that get so annoyed that they need to comment that someone's bad in the other team, and that's basically what the Tristana is doing right now. And the one thing that people don't realise is a support wins the bot lane majority of the games. And the Tristana is saying bad Ezreal carried by Zara, and honestly, in lane phase, a support should carry the AD carry in lane. The support should be making the plays happen. So it's a kind of a null comment when people say that type of thing. So yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Now I buy another CDR item and I buy more health. Right now I'm buying a lot of health, basically just to secure that I'm not going to die and I can do very well. Now later in the game, I think you will find something relatively funny, that this Tristana, I remember it now, this Tristana has been, you know, flaming a little bit right now, saying that the Ezreal is quite bad, and then later on you will see something really funny, so yeah. So, again, Gals picks up the kill. Now, I don't think on purpose he's taking these kills. He's just getting them just, you know, passively. And it's actually making him very, very strong. And near the end of the game, you know, he starts building AP, which I would not recommend to people that, you know, aren't very fed. But if you are fed, as a Zara, building AP is a really good option. Now, Lux does a bit of a roam and manages to find the Tristana. And honestly, if there is someone flaming in the enemy team, make the most of it in the fact that kill that person. Just kill them over and over and over again, and they'll get frustrated and annoyed. So right now I timed Dragon until Gauser's up is like a second, and I said it's up now, and that's why he popped the seeds. Tristana is still going on about something in chat, probably just, I don't even know, probably something rubbish. Like, I think she was saying that she got other accounts, but it doesn't really matter if you're playing on the current one. No, I have no idea what that E was, but oh well. No, I actually do. I E'd over the wall just to kind of see if anybody was there, as it will give vision. Now, Jarvan is relatively low health, so I will move over to try and kill him. And right now, well, I move over to kill the Wraith, but then Ari shows up. I thought the Lux would have been fine, but it turns out that she wasn't. So I am actually looking for the kill. Now, here's a funny thing, I think, what happened. And I have no idea, because Jarvan literally was on about 2-bar health when he was running away, which is about 150 to 200 health I would have said he was on, which I don't think red buff with my auto attack would have been enough. I think he might have been hit by Ezreal's ultimate, and that did a little bit more damage, and then my red buff actually finished him off at the time. I think that's what happened, but I can't be too sure. You know, I'm not going to go over and replays and look at that, because a kill's a kill in the end of the day, and I don't really need to research it that much. So I am going to head back to base and buy some items. I could have stayed mid to pick up that CS, but honestly I'm a lot stronger, and I want to pick up more AP, or some AP, sorry. This is the first AP item that I've actually managed to buy, and it is the Haunting Guise. Really great item for an Elise, getting that, you know, more magic pen, and getting some health, you know, from an item is always good, as just getting a little bit tanky in the game. So right now, in 17, 18 odd minutes, I do have 2.3k health, nearly 2.4. So yeah, I'm actually at a really strong situation right now. So I am going to head over to the blue, and I think I'm going to hand it over. Now, as you can see on the Tristana, she is saying that she has the right to flame, which honestly is just a really idiot point of view. It should never be, you know, you're never justified to be flaming. Yes, flaming will always be a part of League of Legends. Yes, even the nicest person in the world will probably flame occasionally. It's human nature, but no one has the right to do it, and that is something you definitely need to make clear to people. Yes, it will happen, but just don't make it a common thing. Make it so that it's only really, really occasionally, and try to minimize it as much as you possibly can. Now, my mid lane is, well, not the mid lane, my team is just in the mid lane. Now, here's the thing I was talking about being funny. So the Tristana has been trash talking this Ezreal, saying he's bad, and then he just 2v1s them without any help. Sure, he's a lot stronger than the Tristana is, probably, seeing that he has got a lot more kills. Now, here's one thing funny I will quickly just say. I am toying with this Jarvan right now. if I E him, it means that he can EQ out, and that's basically what I was waiting for. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing, just making sure that I was toying with him. As I said, if I E'd him after the stun, he would have just jumped out. So he was waiting for me to E him, and vice versa. You know, I was waiting for him to EQ. Now, Gauss has moved in from the side, and I think this might be my first death in the game. There we go. I do go down, but I am my first death being at 516, which is okay. Again, my CS being quite low because I've been involved in so many kills at this stage in the game that, you know, I haven't been managing to farm amazingly. But you know, I'm still on track now. The Ezreal again kills the Tristana by himself. He is 2v1ing right now. And as you can see, the Tristana is just getting really mad, really ragey. And this is basically what you want. As I said, if someone is raging on the enemy team, focus them down. Kill them over and over and over again. And they'll just get more annoyed, and they will lose the game for the enemy team. And it's a good tactic to have. So, yeah. So, as you can see, the Tristana is still raging. It's a bit getting old right now, so I'm not really going to mention it any more, I guess. So I'm going to head over to the red buff and just, you know, pick it up, and it gives me the slow as well as the little dot damage that is really, really good on Elise. You know, I think all your spiders may even proc it as well, just to have that little bit of extra oomph. Now, this is what I'm talking about with this Vlad. He hasn't really communicated at all in this game, and then you find him in the most odd positions on the map. He'll be in the end, like as you saw, he was at the enemy's red buff from being a top laner, as well as other things. It's just odd. Like, I don't know if this guy plays top lane a lot or he doesn't play Vlad. I have no idea. So, as I said, you will find him in really odd situations. That is really annoying, and you generally don't see it a lot happen in Diamond. Now, they are looking for, I don't know, a little pick here. We get the Tristana really low, and I'm basically just trying to do the most I can right now without going full out dying. And I'm moving to the side basically just to see if I could get an E off. I miss it, unfortunately, because I didn't judge how quick Janna actually was, because I was going for Janna in that time. So yeah, it was an okay fight. Now we can't have one of these VOD any second, and there we go, it has resumed. So everything is back to normal, I would hope. Going for an E basically just to stop the Ahri engaging, and I just get a little bit poked, and then I basically want to back. I'm on 500 health, which isn't a whole lot. That is basically one ultimate and one WQ from Ahri, and I'll be obviously dead. So yeah, it's just a good situation to back right now. Janna is looking for something, and that was actually a very close call of her getting hit with ultimate, honestly. I was very surprised she didn't. Now I am going to start building towards the Spectral Cowl, in the fact that Haunting Guys is such a good item on pretty much every single jungler right now, and especially with Elise, because in spider form, her W does give you that, you know, regen, or the health gain, whatever it is. Maybe it is classed as lifesteal, I don't know. So that would actually get affected by the Haunting Guys, which is pretty damn awesome. So that would allow me to do Barons easier, Dragons easier, etc. So right now the game has slowed down a little bit, and again you see Vlad in the top lane without any wards, and I have no idea why. I think he does manage to do stuff. Like, he isn't weak right now. He is stronger than you actually think, but he still should be communicating. Right now, him being top lane, dying with 3 of them on him, does give us the opportunity to take mid, which is good, but yeah, I would rather him not basically being out on his own, basically not helping the team at all. And no communication is just a bit pointless in solo queue. I would always recommend communicating the most you can, really. But then also realizing when it's not a good time. If your team's getting annoyed at a certain subject, just, you know, cool it down, I suppose. So we are, and well, here's the point that I tried to make earlier. The Tristana was raging really hard, getting really mad, and look where she is right now. She is not with her team because she is annoyed and angry. Now, I don't know why this Jarvan actually engaged on us right now. This was a really bad misplay by him. At no point they should ever engage at us right now, especially having a Zyra. Zyra is one of the best champions in the game. For if a team engages on you, she can just throw them up all in the air. She is one of the best champions to basically, you know, have that disengage or re-engage, whatever you want to call it, or anti-engage. Trying to think of a name for it. But anyway, we're just pushing up the mid tower again. You can just see Triss pushing the tier 2. being by herself. But then we have the Vlad as well. Vlad is basically the Trist this game without the flaming in chat. Vladimir is not communicating. He's basically the pure opposite, I suppose. He's probably not mad. He's probably very calm, but yeah, the problem is right now, Vladimir went top lane when he should have got bot to stop the Trist. That's just common sense, and he didn't do it. So, I don't really know. So we're gonna pick up the dragon. Right now, we don't really know where the Trist is. She could be at blue. She could be in the bush at bot lane. We have no idea. Now again, Vlad is dead. He's basically overextended again, and this is kind of what I mean. That it does get really old really quickly. So it's just pretty annoying. He's dead again, and I would say his KDA right now is like, he might have got a couple kills, but he's definitely got, 4 odd deaths around that mark anyway, or maybe even more. I'm not entirely sure. So my item wise, I am looking to, I think, buy a locket in this game. I'm not entirely sure if I do it, but we'll see. I do realise I've got more gold than I thought, and I do pick up another ruby crystal. And we have no vision on Baron, but then we do see the Jarvan has just come out of base, so they are not doing Baron right now, thank God. So we can resume basically to normal play. Lux is bot lane, pushing that back basically, which is a good way to do it, but I think she might have stayed in bot lane a little bit too much, because right now if they rushed Baron, we might be in a little bit of trouble, but they don't in the end, because Tristana, as you can see, goes bottom lane to basically push that back. And that's basically what it becomes a lot of the time in solo queue. It just becomes pushing wars. Someone will push a wave so far that someone has to deal with it, and then you can fight 4v5, and that's generally what happens. Which it's a good method to actually try and win a game with, I suppose. Now, right now, I would probably say I'm stronger than most of the laners, so I am going to move on to the Jace. He basically baseball bats me away, and yeah, you can see how tanky I am, and I do a fair bit of damage. I do sustain damage. I'm not a burst Elise, because top lane Elise generally play, burst. Now, you can see that Vladimir has said his first thing in chat, which, yay, he's starting to communicate. So he is saying you want them to go bot lane, and I think what he means by that is he can push the bot wave so far that they will basically be forced to go there, but right now he should not be bot lane. This is just a bad choice by us. Maybe we should have said something, but yeah, at this level you would think most thing is just common sense, and he goes bot lane, and right now he is moving. He is making his way. Which is, I don't know, pretty good, but he should not have been bot lane at that stage of the game. We are looking for a little engage right now. I do get my charm on something, but Tristana, right now it is a 4v5 situation. I do move on to the Ahri to try and kill her. I flash over the wall. Now the fight so far is going okay. We are outnumbered right now, and I am super low. I basically just trying to prolong this fight as much as possible. It's a 1-for-1 right now, I think. And I am moving in for the Trist, and I managed to kill her by myself, which is pretty good. And then Vlad moves in, I think, for a little bit of a clean. I'm not entirely sure. I am still very low, and I'm basically only here for a stun bot, but I'm going to do the best I can. So I'm going to move in. He basically kills him straight with ult, and we win the fight. So, well played to Vlad for actually getting there. But as I said, if he was there at the start, it would have been a lot better situation, that we probably wouldn't have lost anybody. We probably just would have done a clean sweep 5-0. But again, I will say, it's good that the Vlad did start to communicate. So, you good with the bad? That is the theme for this video. I know I'm saying it quite a lot, but it's just something I wanted to make sure people kind of understand when it comes to solo queue. So Vlad again is pushing the top lane, which it's an okay move, I guess. We are looking to do Baron right now. We don't have any pink wards or anything over it. Now, here's another derpy moment that I have no idea what is going through this Vlad's head. He engages on the Tristana when he knows the enemy team is in a very close proximity, and he dies. So yeah, he's still not dead right now, but I think he does eventually go down, which is it's the kind of the theme with this Vladimir. Everything bad he does, we manage to do something good. So when he dies top lane, we got mid towers. When he's just basically kited them all around, we got Baron. So it is kind of working, but it would have been a better situation if Vlad basically just came with us to the Baron and we had a team fight, because right now if we group as 5, we would just absolutely demolish them. So there's no need for this Vladimir to die right now. But yeah, he I don't know, he's doing it. Maybe that's kind of the style he plays. He's the sacrificer that sacrifices himself for the team's greater good. So we are looking to push the bot wave, and we come across a Jace. So hello, Mr. Jace. Pleasure to meet you. Give that kill to Ezreal, and there we go. So overall, so far in this game, it's gone pretty well. My team is coming together a little bit. You know, I would say myself, Zyra, Ezreal, and Lux, we've played pretty well together. Maybe a little bit disconnected into the lane phase. Now, that was a very poor Luxo right there. She actually missed the Janna, I believe. But then Ezreal managed to do a lot of damage to the Tristana. So, yeah, overall pretty good. Now, the inhib has come up, so we want to start splitting them open right now, that they can't deal with all of us. So Lux is going to stay bot lane and just push that a bit, where us three are going to take the inhib. And then after the inhib, we're probably just going to move down and, you know, take the tower. So Lux actually does get engaged on right now. I'm going to try and hop in and help her, but I don't think I can save her right now. Nope, can't save her. So Ari, I think, might get away with pretty damn low health. Janna does move in with the ultimate, so they get the Lux, but yeah, it's okay. We can see Vladimir being in the base by himself, and another moment that he's basically trying to lone wolf it, I guess, that... Sure, he's doing things that are okay, I suppose, for the greater good of the team. Like there, he ran in. Ezreal got 2 kills, but he did go down. So it is an advantage to us overall, I guess. Ari runs in, and basically me and Ezreal just kill her straight away. I do E into the air and just, you know, basically repel back down to a closer minion or a further away minion from them. We are looking for a kill right now. So Jarvan is trying to tank up as much as he can, protecting the Jace. But he doesn't realise how much damage we have, and we nearly take him out. So we want to get this inhib, I would believe, and we're going to try and do our best job. So pop my W for the attack speed and then move on it. Well, saying that, I just drop off it because we're trying to get more kills. Get the kill onto the Jace, and I use my repel basically to get further away, but then go in human form and basically just kite to the Jarvan a little bit to allow the... thingy to get the kill. Now Trist moves into a position that she does take me out, but I managed to get the kill for her, so overall worth, I'd say. She might have actually got a killing spree. Yeah, she did. So more worth for her individually, but I would say as a team we probably did get more gold, or very similar gold, I would presume. So not a terrible situation to be at right now. Being 9-2-12, haven't even broken the 100 CS mark at 30 minutes, which obviously is not the style I'm playing this game. Now, as you can see, my build is very, very tanky. Having the Ancient Golem, Spirit Visage, still just got the Haunting Guys, as it's enough just for the early to mid game. If it does go to very late game, that will eventually go into a Leandri's Torment, or even change into a Ryle's for tankiness if I need it. Obviously got the Sorcerer Boots just to give me that more magic pen. And then the Locket, I did actually go into Locket, and the last item I believe will be a Sunfire Cape. So I am picking up some potions right now. Got the potions of I think it's Brilliance, that gives you AP and CDR, as well as I've picked up a Oracles, as it's kind of the stage of the game where if we pick somebody off, if they do move out of their base a little bit, then basically it's game over. So the Vlad is overextended again, as per usual, and he is actually looking to turn on them. And right now you're going to see the power of late game Vlad, that it doesn't look a great situation for him, but he's going to start doing a lot of damage, and he's going to start doing really well. Now, I did go for the E onto the Ahri right there, but Janna flashed and blocked it, but we still managed to kill both of them with saving Lux. Now, Vlad basically is 2v1ing very well, so right now he's at the situation where he can do this. He's going to survive as well as he can with his Q regen. And I'm basically just going to stun the Jarvan to give the Vladimir a free kill. So, well done to Vladimir. I can safely say that. Yes, he did overextend. He got engaged on 2v1. But he did make the most of it. As he is late game Vlad right now. He has got the items he needed. But he just he prolonged it himself. So overall, pretty good game. Another Jungle Elise game. Hope you guys learned a little bit more about her. And thanks for watching. More to come soon. And I will see you next time.